Hello, I'm Joelle, the marketing director here in Choose Video Mail. I'm co-hosting our CDM videocast today with Sahar. Hi, Sahar.
Hello.
She's our account manager to discuss challenges in the mortgage industry and how technology and videos, in particular, are helping achieve great results. We're bringing in today Paul Mangin, president and principal broker at Mortgage One Solution. Hi, Paul. How are you?
How are you today? Hope everybody's staying safe.
We're trying. Paul, you were able to put your technology to work for your sake. You have over 20 years of experience and more than 60 agents working with you. Thank you, both of you, Sahar and Paul, for joining us today. And let me start by asking you, Paul, what are the main challenges you face in your industry today?
Well, setting COVID-19 aside, one of the biggest challenges we face is information overload, getting in front of the clients. Everybody's competing for the same people, same potential customers. It's very hard for us to get in front of the clients to show them what our unique selling proposition is or how we differentiate ourselves from other brokers.
So, Paul, with all these challenges, what are you doing to solve it?
We're doing our best to train our agents to become actually to show them how to differentiate themselves. I mean, I think in Ontario we have about 11,000 mortgage agents running around, and for the most part, most of them don't do a good job of differentiating themselves from others. So clients always ask, well, why would I use you over the banks or over somebody else? And it's very hard for we train them to do it, but it's hard for us to get in front of the client to give them the message and tell them why we're better than the banks or we're better than another mortgage broker.
Yeah, I got your point. You have to keep the one-to-one relationship with your clients. So how are you actually doing this? Are you using real-time technology?
Well, obviously, we all use real-time technology. The telephone is real-time technology, and it's working great right now. Obviously, the clients that we have that will adapt to something like Zoom is obviously Zoom is fantastic. We've been using it for many years now. Not every client is comfortable on a Zoom meeting, but once you get that appointment with them and they agree to it, they become relatively more comfortable. Offline stuff is more of a concern for us. There's not a lot of different offline stuff that you can use to stand out amongst your peers. So one of the things that we've adopted heavily is Cheers Video Mail. It was a little tough at the beginning. It's tough watching videos of yourself, but once you get over that hang up, the clients actually do appreciate and like that technology. That everybody would much rather watch a video than read an email.
So how do you basically stand out, or how do you teach your agents to stand out offline? You mentioned Choose Video Mail, but how do you practice it?
So some of the things that we do now, we stopped sending out birthday cards a long time ago. We now send out video birthday wishes. It's quite common for us to get an email response or even a telephone call saying thanks. That was pretty unique, unexpected. Another thing that we do quite often is just update clients. So, sometimes I can go and sit down and make and schedule update videos. So I never forget to update them during this process. And obviously, as we get actual updates, then of course we would send them a different video with a different message. So that's one of the ways. I mean, obviously there's still traditional ways too. Handwritten thank you notes go a long way as well.
Definitely. I love the fact that you're doing those. Basically, it's one-on-one. It's private. It's giving them you in a video, in an email, but they can still see that you care, and you're actually going the extra mile without really spending a lot of time doing so, and showing them that you actually care. And I know in your website you talk about how you work with your client the way you work with you. You take care of them the way you are taking care of your own. And I think this is a great way, and they can feel the love and care.
Well, it's more personal, right? We all have hand gestures that we can use. They can see the expressions on your face, things that you can't do in an email. I mean, in email you can just shout and put everything in caps, or just regular email. So they don't get to see, they don't hear the emotions, the changes in voice, the concerns in your voice sometimes, for depending on the type of client you're dealing with. So and also, like I said, people would rather watch a video, and they prefer to communicate that way.
I know you mentioned you do birthday cards now, video emails, and you do your newsletter. But would you guide us like specifically in one case, for other mortgage holders watching this video, like would see how you would go the extra mile or be different to stand out in a certain with a certain client?
Okay. To give you an example, so say we have a client who's really busy. She could be a nurse. Actually, this just happened. So we have a client who's a nurse. Obviously, right now they're working tons of overtime. They have very little. It's very hard to get them over the phone. So what we did is we got her a commitment, and we turned around, and Cheers Video Mail has an option to record your screen. So what I did was review the whole commitment on the screen with her. Now she could watch it when she's on break at work, and then we set her up for DocuSign to sign the document. So it just made things a little easier for her. When you're working, 15, 16 hours a day, you don't necessarily want to come and home and probably just want to go to bed, I would think.
This is a great use of our technology, screen recording in Street Video Mail. And I
Yes.
love that you mentioned it, because I think a lot of mortgage people do not really realize the importance of using not only the video and your face, and this is important, but the screen recording too.
Yeah, and usually when I do a screen recording, there'll be two videos in the email. One just an introduction with me, because the screen recording, they just hear your voice, but they can still hear the changes in your voice, right? You can move the cursor around on the screen and highlight different things for them, that should be a concern for them.
Yeah, that's perfect. And you mentioned you can put more than one video. It doesn't have to be one video in an email. It can be one video.
It could be multiple emails. I don't know if I mentioned this before. We started putting a video on our newsletter.
Right. And this is
So
coming from marketing, this is definitely the great way to do it.
yeah, so our newsletter now has a video on top that's just in today's market. I hope everybody's staying safe. Here's a video. Here's why some of the information might be relevant. I'm not reading the whole newsletter to them. I'm just telling them what's in it. So if anything catches their eye, they may want to go and read that section of it. Uh, Putting video in the subject line helps. We find we get more people engaged, more people opening the emails.
Totally true. One last question that actually one question from me that I want to ask. We talk about real-time technology and offline and all this stuff. What about social media in the mortgage industry? Do you really work on it? Does it really help you? And how do you really cope with this?
Well, I'm probably lacking a little bit in the social media thing. As far as I do have all my social media pages and I do post videos, I do some regular posts. I prefer to put a video now. I had used. Again, I'm guilty of not following my own rules. But when the government announced a 6-month deferral in mortgage payments, I quickly did a video on Cheers and was able to post them to all my sites with just a couple of clicks, right? So it does help you. It definitely gets the mortgage. Gets the videos out faster. I do like using the app. I like being outside and recording a video and then posting it. So it just changes scenery once in a while, right? It's not a studio produced video that everybody can usually see right through.
It's easy to do. You just hop in, you take a video, and you send it.
Yeah, yeah.
Joelle, since you're the marketing expert here, I have a question. What's the best way to use social media in the mortgage industry, in your opinion?
Well, definitely, Paul is definitely using the right way, and like he mentioned, we don't have to have extra technology and a video in the whole crew that you can do it. Nowadays, it's just being you and being out there and talking from the comfort of your home. Like everybody is doing now. One thing I love and that Paul mentioned is that in Cheers Video Mail, you can share those video with all social media, and that one part that I really like with my client and with me is, LinkedIn for us is very important to get lead, to talk to our prospect and to our clients. And other than actually sharing it in a post, I love sharing a video in a LinkedIn messaging inbox. And Choose Video Mail can do this. And I love this part. It's definitely helping me and my clients stand out. And I know, Paul, you've been doing this too, but you forgot to mention it. But I've seen a couple of videos coming from you, and this is something that I actually enjoy, and I love it, and I love seeing the result of it.
Yeah, thank you, Joelle. One last question, Paul. What would you like to say to people in your industry and maybe users of Cheers Video Mail to conclude our interview for today?
The best advice I give to our agents is accept technology. Technology is always going to be leading in our industry, and it's better to jump on the bandwagon now than be forced to jump on the bandwagon later, just to be relevant in our industry going forward. So technology is something that's changing our industry. I've been doing this over 20 years. Trust me, it's a lot different now than it was 20 years ago. So I would say to help differentiate yourself is be early adopters of technology. Your clients are getting younger. I wish I could give mortgages to people that are 60 years old all day long, but unfortunately they don't need mortgages. So their kids need the mortgages, and their kids don't want to communicate the way their parents did. Yeah. So adapt technology, move forward, stop being a follower, be a leader.
Great points. I read once that you have to market to the people today. You have to market as you live in this century, not go back and market, like you were used to 20 years ago. And I love this point because it makes sense. You are selling to young people now, and you have to be able to get through them the way they are now used to it. And definitely, thank you, Paul. That was really great. I hope people can go check Cheers Video Mail because it has the technology, and it's for all ages, and it's easy for young people to use it. And if you are in your 50s, 60s, you're still there, you can still do it. Like you mentioned, it's easy to use it. It's very easy to record a video. Just go hop in and just start recording and send a video. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. For anyone who has a specific question, even for Paul, as a mortgage in the mortgage industry, please feel free to send us an email at sales@Cheers Video Mail, and I'm pretty sure we'll send it to you, and you're gonna send them a video mail explaining more to them, right?
Great. Yes, I will. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Thank you, Sahar. Thank you, Paul, and
stay safe.
Take care. Stay safe.